SCF is a leading sports NGO based out of Masap Tank, Hyderabad, and has been in operation for the last 24 years. It is a self-funded and non-profit organization promoting sports and serving the country for the last 25 years. You'll get to know more about the organization as we move ahead with our program.
A seminar for social change through sports. And I've been called here to say a few words on this occasion. At the outset, I congratulate Sai Baba on his various awards and his tireless efforts in getting together several people to help his cause, both by way of being present on such occasions like this and also donating financially, because to run an organization it requires not only effort but also there is financial help through donations. So that's one thing. Now this concept of Build India through sports, I think that particular acronym also Sai Baba should get it registered. He's brought many changes in the lives of people, trying to get in a culture of sports. Now, before this seminar started, I was interacting with a couple of people, and even Mr. Sai Baba was telling that we need to have a culture of sports culture in India. Now, a lot of us talk about sports culture, but are we really having that particular inclination to acculturize our own family members into a sports activity? So like we may go, like I may go, or my wife may go for a walk in the evening, which she really does every evening. Then the children play sports, but once the academic year starts or whatever it is, are we allowing the children also to be part of sporting culture? Is one debate we had just before this seminar. Now here again, Sai Baba scores among all of us. He is a sportsman and he retired to do something for the sports. Then we find that every time when we go to the Sports Coaching Foundation, his better half is there. And sometimes I find that she's there before Sai Baba enters the ground. So again, that's there. And recently we came to know that his son also started a sports management firm. So the entire family, has that, and he's brought a change within their own family to take up sports as a culture, not only as a service, but also managing sports academies, sports careers of sports people and other things. So here is an example, a role model for us in respect of saying that let's have a culture of sports, but saying it but not deeply involved in that. So another interesting angle is that whenever I go to the Sports Coaching Foundation, I find that there is no gap. Every minute is somebody is coming, playing, going to one discipline and getting engrossed in that. After that, he or she leaves that place, and different nationalities. I find a lot of groups coming and just playing. So here also sports has got all of them together to not only play the game but also interact, know each other's culture also. That's a very important aspect. The behavior of another individual, because once they leave that particular ground, sports ground, he or she goes back to whatever they are, they have to do. Like some go to the to the school, college, to the workplace, another thing. But once they again come back, again you're getting to know a lot of people. So this particular aspect of sports through getting an insight into the culture of a different nationality or different category also makes a lot of change in the behavior pattern of an individual. Then I found that when I send my children to school, and you know how the Indian system of education is, it's always academics. Then I find that they are not interested in any games or sports. Then I said, even to watch on the TV or to read in newspapers. So during the summer, I sent them to a coaching camp. I sent my son to this Sai Baba and my daughter to a tennis coaching camp. After some time, I found out that they started taking interest in reading newspapers. They start the day by what's happening in a particular sports activity. Then slowly they started cultivating from the back page of the newspaper. They came to the front page. Now that's a very important lesson for several parents. So making the children also aware that it's not only academics but also to understand a broader perspective of what's happening, not only in the financial front or the political front, or even this entertainment side in the newspapers itself. Makes you have a broader perspective of the situation in which a child is in or a person is in. So that way, sports tends to have a very large impact on the mind of a person. And this particular impact builds up an attitude. Now, again, psychologist says your behavior is basically comes from your attitude. So here we are saying that you play sports or you encourage sports, then you have within your family or within the surroundings or within the thing, try to develop a culture of sports. It has a large impact on the mind of people by way of communication, by way of inculcating a culture of fitness